today?
I'm doing okay. I've been better.
Sarah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Before we get started, I'd like to go over just a few things. First of all, my name is Sarah. I'm 26. I've been with the agency Positive Outlooks for about 2 years now, and I see on your chart that you are close to my age. Do you feel comfortable meeting with me?
I do.
Okay. Also, I see you've signed the release form of consent for treatment, which is great. And then just to touch base on confidentiality, our policy at the agency is what you and I speak about is not only confidential between the two of us, it's confidential with the entire agency. Are you okay with that?
I am. That's fine.
Okay.
That won't be a problem.
Perfect. And also, do you feel comfortable with us filming this today?
Yes, that'll be fine.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about what's going on. What brought you in?
Well, I'm just having some issues with some drug usage. I think it all stems from anxiety. Got some severe anxiety issues, and I believe I turned to drugs such as cocaine and some different pain pills. Usually, my cocaine usage is typically in situations where I'm around a lot of people. I don't feel comfortable. I get very anxious, and I feel like cocaine solves that for me. It makes me feel better. It takes away all of the feelings that I have when I'm in a social environment surrounded by a lot of people where I would normally keep to myself and be very quiet and not want to talk to anyone. When I do cocaine, it creates it just makes me feel better. It makes me want to talk and socialize more, and then I turn to the downers, the pain meds when I want to go home and go to sleep and I'm jacked up on cocaine. So that's what I do with the pain meds.
Okay. How often are you using the cocaine and the pain pills?
I would say probably do the cocaine and the pain pills probably 4 to 5 times a week.
Okay. And the amount that you're using is what?
Usually it's like a couple of lines every, I would say, an hour to an hour and a half during the night.
Okay.
Sometimes during the day, but most of the time if I'm going out with a few of my friends, my friends do it too, so that doesn't help. So, I'm out and about a couple hours out of the night, I'm doing cocaine, and then into the night, into the morning, I'll do the pain pills. And, use different things such as Percocet, Loratabs, occasionally Oxycodone, Oxycontin.
Okay, that's a lot of pills you're digesting. I mean, how is that affecting you the next day in daily life when you're not out doing the partying? What is a day like after you have used this? Usually
I sleep a lot. My average day, I would say, usually sleep into 2-3 o'clock, and then wake up and kind of do it all over again. So it does affect my life day to day. I've tried different things for my anxiety. I've tried Xanax, for instance. And,
did a doctor give you the Xanax, or are you getting this from the same people that you're getting the other stuff from?
It's really the same people. Some of my friends have given me the Xanax. Never been prescribed to it. Never seen a doctor before for any of these issues, or a counselor such as yourself.
Okay, well, let's talk about how did you find yourself having this social anxiety? I mean, where did this problem stem from?
I would say when I was a child, it began probably junior high, maybe even before that. I didn't have the best childhood, so it could have come on very early on. There's some major issues from when I was a child that we can discuss if you'd like.
Please. I mean, you feel free to to talk about anything in here. You know, we have a lot on our plate, and I know that you are too. But don't feel overwhelmed by anything. You know, I think you're doing wonderful.
Okay, well, I didn't have a very good childhood. My dad was not really there. My mom, she partied a whole lot, so I stayed a good bit with my grandparents, and my older brother pretty much raised me. So he wasn't the best role model either. He was into drugs as well. So I just didn't have the best upbringing, and I think a lot of my issues stem from that. I'm at a very early age. I was doing things for myself. I'd experimented with drugs. It's early on. It's middle school, so I think that had a lot to do with my addiction now.
Now, what drugs were you doing in middle school?
For the most part, it started out smoking weed,
Okay.
and then didn't start doing cocaine until high school, probably. I think the first time I was about 16, and started just experimenting at party scenes here and there. Kind of kept to myself for the most part through junior high, and then met a few people in high school who offered cocaine, and they seemed to like me, so I took on to that type of crowd, and once I was doing cocaine, it just kind of became a habit for me.
So do you feel like a lot of this stem through insecurity, wanting to be liked, wanting to be with the cool kids?
Yes, I would definitely say so. I felt like for once in my life I fit in.
Okay.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. I didn't feel the anxious feelings that I had and nervous feelings when I was around a crowd of people. And, these people seemed to like me because I was doing the same drugs they were doing.
Right.
So,
well, I'm sure that's a very hard thing to...
The peer pressure didn't help.
Well, that's exactly what it is. You are completely consumed by peer pressure, and middle school has transitioned to high school. High school has transitioned into, you're an adult. And do you find that you are going to kind of step it up a notch with, okay, it was first pot, now it's cocaine?
Yeah, it kind of just fills a void for me. I feel so depressed when I'm not doing cocaine, so I turn to cocaine to feel that, just to fill the void inside that, when I don't feel good about myself, or when I'm feeling depressed, then when I do cocaine, it's just, I do a line and I feel like $1 million.
But what is the crash like? So you're doing these drugs, you feel great.
Yeah.
You got to crash at some point. I mean,
I do, and I kind of, the pain pills, I'm sure that they don't help either, and I feel really depressed. I get really down on myself, and just I cry a lot, and I've had suicidal thoughts.
Okay, suicidal. Wow, I mean, that must be very tough.
It's a struggle every day, so that's why I finally decided to seek help, and I'm hoping that you can help me with that.
Well, I think that you have done an amazing job. I think that you should be so proud of yourself for being here right now. And, this is a really hard thing to handle, but we're going to get through it. And you can contact me any time of the day if you're feeling down, if you're feeling happy. I will be here to help you through whatever emotional roller coaster you seem to be on.
All right. Well, thank you. What would be the first steps that we would take to address this?
Well, you've made a huge first step by coming in here today. I think that we need to address your addiction. Maybe through some more counseling, maybe rehab.
Would that be like an inpatient thing or an outpatient?
Well, it would depend on really what you would choose. I mean, I believe that you need a 30-day.
Yeah, I think that if something's gonna work, it's if I'm in somewhere getting some help and I leave, I would have tendencies to go back to the same habits. So
absolutely,
it would be difficult to do it at be an inpatient, but I just feel more comfortable doing that.
Well, and there's lots and lots of programs. There's a myriad amount of things that we could do. I unfortunately don't specialize in that field, but gladly I would get paperwork for you. I can help guide you in the right direction.
Okay, great.
And we will get to the bottom of this. And do you do anything outside of the partying? I mean, what makes Ashley happy? What is something that gives you joy?
Besides cocaine. Well,
besides cocaine, what do you do at the end of the day that you feel so proud about? I mean, do you paint? Do you volunteer? Do you?
Well, yes, I actually art has always been
That's great.
one of my hobbies that I used to really do a whole lot, but I've kind of veered away from that here in the last few years. I enjoyed photography in the past, so I would love to get back into.
That's wonderful.
Painting was my favorite thing to do, so that would be.
Well, there is a actually about 10 minutes from here. There's a place for art therapy, and how you and I are talking right now and inventing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same concept, but through art. And maybe you should.
Yeah. You
should look into that, and I will help set you up. And
I would love that. I think that would be good. That would be good for me. I'd love to get back into painting. And so, is it just for people with addictions?
It's for anybody. Anger, addiction, alcoholism. You name it. You can go there, and it's a beautiful, wonderful program that they offer. And I really think that you would at least benefit from that until you made up your mind of how you wanted to do addictions. We certainly can sit down and figure out what is best for Ashley. When's the quickest we can get into either program?
Okay. Well, yes. Well, I think that it would be wise for me to go ahead and try to address the issue with the inpatient therapy, and then maybe afterwards to make sure that I don't get back into my same habits to give the art therapy a try.
That's a wonderful, wonderful outlook. And you seem to know a lot about this. Have you?
Well, I've done a bit of research, but yeah, I think that that's one of the first steps I should take. So.
Well, I think that you have made a wonderful first step to be here today, and let's look into more of this art therapy and also some addiction for you. Our agency actually offers a few meetings to where that would maybe be beneficial for the time being until you really decided, or we decided, what the best program would be for you.
Okay. All right. Well, I would love to go ahead and sign up for the inpatient therapy.
That sounds wonderful. Well, let's get that going.
Okay.
And thank you so much for coming in. You're really making a positive first step here at Positive Outlooks.
Thank you, Sarah. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.